It's Christmas! And so this is Christmas, and what have you done? Photocopied your buttocks and drunk your own body weight in baby sham, I should imagine. And if you're still not in the mood, you old Scrooge, unwrap this lot.
Well, now we've lit the 4th candle on our Advent crown and got all our Christmas decorations and cards
Up in the studio, well, we're all feeling really Christmassy.
Blue Peter and Xylophone Classics, Christmas Essentials. As of course is the turkey. You know, that scrawny old bird.
Oh, to think of it. Oh, to dream of it. Makes you smack your lips.
Gobble, 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 gobble.
This
gobble.
curious pinching movement that I'm doing here isn't just silly, but to loosen the skin so that afterwards I can put my hand underneath and you begin the process of lubricating the dry bird.
Said Johnny. And what would Christmas be without the Christmas song? Tonight we run down the top 10 festive singles ever, based on chart success and enduring festive appeal. But before we tuck in our napkins and take those top tinselly tunes from the oven, let's have a quick peek at a few choice cuts that didn't make the menu. Just keep the indigestion tablets handy. There's the sentimental Christmas song.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
The song to bring a tear to your
The
eye.
Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be
Though you can see now why people drink a lot this time of year, can't you? There's the Christmas standard, celebrity style.
Santa Claus coming to town. Santa Claus coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Every time a Christmas record hits the streets, everyone goes, oh, not another Christmas record. But somebody is buying them. And if I find him, I'll kill him.
Then there's Christmas carols. And even more Christmas poo.
Christmas poo, small and brown, he comes from you. Sit on the toilet, here he comes, squeezing between your festive buns.
Santa honey, a 54 convertible to light blue.
There's some angels, though, amongst the turkeys.
Dear Santa baby, and hurry down the chimney tonight.
And Eartha wasn't the only one in white fur looking forward to a visit down the chimney.
Christmas is a feeling, and it almost has nothing to do with music, except music can, evoke it.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Yep, this is Christmas.
Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols.
But just when you thought it was safe to go back to the party,
All I want for Christmas is my two-front teeth. My two-front teeth. See my two-front teeth. Gee, if I could only have my two-front teeth, then I could wish you Merry Christmas.
Hope that's whetted the appetite for our seasonal look back at the tinsely beast that is the Christmas song. In fact, we start with a tinsely beast, A man who perfected a Christmas look that had dads everywhere saying, "What the bloody hell's he supposed to be when he's at home?"
Luckily, it's not all doom and gloom. Nestling in amongst the tower blocks is a group of Brummy boys preparing to bring facial hair, glitter and goodwill to the nation. This is Roy Wood. Inner Wood. Mental.
I thought it's about time we had a rock and roll Christmas record.
Actually, when we first heard it, it was just another Roy song, and when he plays his songs to you, because he actually stands in the room and sings it straight at your face, it's a moving experience.
Beard, glitter and bobble hats everywhere. But one crucial Christmas ingredient was missing. Roy needed some children. Happily, help was at hand.
Bill, the piano player, knew this choir. Bill had been a teacher. I'm not sure whether they were from his old school, but it was his connection.
We had a very big choir, and Mr. Powell asked us, well, we was all there, and he asked us to go and sing to this man who was playing the piano in the music room one by one. And we later found out it was the maths teacher's brother-in-law, Bill Hunt, and that's who we were singing to. So a couple of days passed and we still didn't know what was going on, and one by one we got pulled out to say that we was going to be on this song, which was very exciting.
I forget how many kids there were now. We took 4 band members with us, and just to get them talking and to get them into it, we had the back of the bus was full of pop and crisps and all that sort of stuff, and creating Newcastle Brown for the band, and all that. And by the time we got down there, it's as if they really knew us, as friends.
Now then, at number 4 in the charts, what is it? Tell you what it is, of course, it's Wizard. I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, and that is a tune that we're going to play for you just now with good sentiments.
But the West Midland urchins only ever made it onto vinyl. Savage Christmas show union laws meant their place on telly was ruthlessly seized by cuties who were but a short limousine ride from their London stage school.
I was the one with the balloon.
Had sex.
No, not a penny.
Same with the video. Same with the video.
Nothing.
£7 and they're still playing it every Christmas.
That's it. We don't even guess a new sex.
No.
I mean, it's...
When we started off, they didn't plan to pick anyone up, and then they said, "Oh, it would look quite cute if you just scoop that one up by the side there," and scooped me up. And when you actually see the video, you see I don't actually kiss him on the cheek, I'm kissing him on the hair. We did that a couple of takes, and the first take I kissed him right on the cheek, and I got a mouthful of glitter. And as soon as they said cut, that was glitter.
You well? You all right?
You well? You're right.
Sort of.
Just about.
He's been throwing up this morning. He's got a tummy bug, but he's going to sing despite having vomited. So, I wish it could be Christmas every day. Roy Wood. Woo!
It may not have topped the charts, but 26 years on, it's still a song no self-respecting Christmas party should be without. A song that the great and the good and the not so great and the not so good dance to every year. Go on, girl, give it some.
With the success of that record, it's very difficult for me to go Christmas shopping, because every time I walk into a store, it goes on, doesn't it? And then everybody's looking at you and it's all that, and you just can't concentrate.
You're
attention, please. Customer announcement. Could Roy Woods please make their way to the meat counter, please? Thank you.
I was walking around Asda with my trolley, you know, like you do, and Santa came up to me and said, he said, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but you've always been my hero. And I went, dang, it was brilliant.
All together! Well, I wish it could be Christmas every day.
We tend to be nicer to people at Christmas. Wouldn't it be nice to be like that all the year round?
We're so in love.
I'm off.
Grown men, kissing, nothing wrong with that. All right, one for you lot now. A kiddies Christmas classic. A flurry of white powder and a warm, tingly feeling all over. What do you think of, kids?
Blue Peter.
No.
Coming from Wales, everyone's sort of forced to sing from the moment they're born. I did a concert at the age of about sort of eight or nine that some man came up to me and said, "Here's 50p, that was fantastic." And I thought, oh, there could be something in this.
I find a little of boy sopranos goes a long way, but if you're going to have a boy soprano, he's about as good as they can get.
While Alad's vibrato echoed round the valleys, elsewhere in a dark attic and a dodgy jumper, there was something very odd afoot.
One winter I made a really big snowman. He got this scarf for me. You see, he was a real snowman.
This is the piano where I actually sat and wrote Walking in the Air, 1982. I tried quite a lot of different people. I wasn't happy with it. I went down to St Paul's Cathedral at 4 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, and Barry Rose, who was the choir master, presented me with 6 boys, and they all sang it one after the other, and they were all absolutely brilliant. But one boy was absolutely more brilliant than everybody else, and his name was Peter Alty.
Peter Alty, the original, and some would say the best. He recorded Walking in the Air first as the theme tune to the hit movie The Snowman. But the record-buying public far preferred the celebrity soprano cash-in cover version offered up by a certain prepubescent Welsh prodigy.
It helps if you've got sort of a 4'3" boy with awful hair and sort of chubby cheeks to sing it, I suppose, as well.
It's only when you see Aled Jones on Top of the Pops singing that song with his hands in his pockets that you actually begin to realise why his voice was so high.
I was like, oh my God, I was so worried for the simple reason that, you know, having watched Top of the Pops, seeing some of these gorgeous girls and boys dancing away, I thought, how are they going to dance to Walking in the Air? But they swayed beautifully, much to my relief. So gone was the awful haircut that my mum had cleverly done at an angle, and awful clothes, and you know, there was EMI sort of with stylists doing my hair and my clothes. It was just the most remarkable time of my life, because I've always been a boy who watched Top of the Pops, and if I ever went to Rock and Pop Awards, I was the little brat with a little autograph book saying, "Can you sign this, please?" You know, looking back, I must die of embarrassment. It was just a nightmare when I was at school, because being in the 4th or 5th form, everyone underneath me at school, you know, every playtime, every lunchtime, going, you know, and I'd just be going, I've heard it like 3,000 times today, you know, please stop singing it. And then the rude versions happened, which maybe I shouldn't tell you about, but there was just one rhyme which they did for literally 2 years, which was, "My name is Alec Jones, I like to pick my nose, I do. I like to pick my bum, especially with my thumb, ah-ooh."
We can't go on like this. I mean, I'm a sensitive performing artiste.
Yeah, well, of course you are. Of course you are. So am I. So let's soldier on. And cue Alec.
It's Aled.
Yeah.
It's back to counselling for Aled.
It's this boy in my class. His voice is just breaking now. And he's talking in 2 registers, you know. 1 minute he's up there, he's talking like that. And the next minute it just changes, and he's talking down here.
That's what mine was like.
Exactly like that?
Yeah.
Did it take long?
About 3 months.
That long?
Yeah.
Open mouth, taken by surprise.
Alas, the passage of time and a profusion of hormones meant that Alad's days as a boy soprano were numbered.
I haven't sang it since I was 15, and that's a promise. Not even to myself in the bath, no.
Aled Jones, a man there whose Christmas baubles will never drop, and there's even more scarier stuff to come after the break. So throw another Yuletide log on the fire, open another selection box, and we'll be right back with more Christmases past in pop. Welcome back to our festive feast of Christmas music. You know, when the three wise men came to the manger 2,000 years ago, they didn't bring record tokens, because the Son of God might have spent them on these.
And you were looking forward to Christmas? I thought it was supposed to be pink elephants when you're pissed. Pink elephants. Maybe it's pink cardigans and the Nolans. Suddenly going teetotal seems very appealing. Chris had obviously had one too many at Orville's party and forgotten the words. Mind you, I'd give him a Christmas punch.
Some dogs there that really should be just for Christmas, which is, of course, a time to think of people less fortunate than yourself. Christmas isn't always a fairy tale, you know. And from the Pogues to prog rock, and who'd have thought that one of the most enduring Christmas tunes ever would have been recorded by a man usually found playing 20-minute solos on a Persian rug?
On the streets of the city, only spectres still have pity.
Long ago in 1975 lived a man called Greg Lake who played bass and sang about pixies with the biggest prog rock group in the land. One day he decided he had enough of loon pants and pretension. He said goodbye to his friends Emerson and Palmer and was looking forward to Christmas.
I came up with this little guitar idea. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to... and so forth.
It had that feeling of sleigh bells going along. And it just said, it sort of hollered at me, I am a Christmas song.
There are kind of three versions of Christmas songs. One is a sort of religious song.
He is calling you on the Saviour's day.
Then you've got the songs which are the party songs.
It's Christmas!
And then you've got songs which are about Christmas, you know, and that the song that I wrote is one of those. It's a song about Christmas.
Someone had beaten him to the copyright of the lyrics for Jingle Bells, so Greg and his friend Pete decided they'd have to come up with some words of their own.
I wanted it to be about the sadness of, as a child, discovering that everything isn't quite what you think it to be.
They said there'll be snow at Christmas. They said there'll be peace on earth.
There is a sort of sadness to Christmas too. It is all those mixed emotions that go up to make, you know, the very sort of special time, really.
They said there'd be snow at Christmas. They said there'd be peace on earth. Hallelujah, no hell, be it heaven or hell. But Christmas we get we deserve.
To hear that at Abbey Road was one of the best things. I fell on the floor with tears in my eyes. It was incredible to hear them all playing at once. It was truly amazing.
I wanted to get sort of everybody cheered up and in the sort of Christmas atmosphere. So what we did in the end is we hired a stripper.
When she sat on the lead fiddle player's lap was a moment to relish.
All the guys in the orchestra all rushed to the front and somebody stepped on the double bass, put their foot right through the double bass, and it was like, oh, what a nightmare it was, you know. Poor guy's double bass, we had to pay for it, you know.
But instead it just kept on raining.
Of course, every good Christmas song needs a good Christmas video. Plenty of snow. Or sand. Yeah, sand's good, isn't it?
We decided to go to Israel, you know, it being the place where, you know, it started, birth of Jesus and all of that. So we went down to the desert, to the Sinai Desert in Israel, and filmed there with the Bedouins.
And they had a problem, I remember the camels, and Greg rang up a couple of times. I said, "How's it?" He said, "It's incredibly hot. Thank you, think yourself lucky you're not here. It's so hot."
When I arrived at the Dead Sea Scroll Caves, there was this sheer drop, thousands of feet either side. I said, "You're joking. Not going over there." I said, "You've got to go there." The Bedouins, and they were the most unbelievable people. They're very serene and very dignified, quiet, and beautiful white teeth. And we sat round and talked. I played them a bit of guitar and we talked. It was just a magic little moment. Apparently Elizabeth Taylor had been filming there the week before, and one of the camera crew had gone up to one of the camels, Bedouins' camels. They had a little baby camel there. He'd gone up to pet the camel, and a Bedouin had knifed him because he thought, you know, he was trying to steal the camel or do something to the camel. So they're a bit unpredictable, but very nice people. I liked them anyway. They were very sweet.
Just as well there wasn't a Bedouin with a knife handy in 1982.
All anguish, pain and sadness, to leave your heart and let your road be clear. They said there'll be snow at Christmas. They said there'll be peace on earth. Hallelujah, no hell, be it heaven or hell. The Christmas we get, we deserve.
At Christmas, it's just a lovely thing to have your song played. Beautiful feeling, you know, to think that in some way you're a part of a lot of people's Christmases.
I believe in Father Xmas.
That's nice.
There'd be snow at Christmas. They said there'd be peace on earth. But instead...
As you can see, by now Greg was so full of Christmas spirit that he rang Emerson and Palmer and told them they could play on his festive song after all. And they all lived happily ever after.
And the peal of a bell and that Christmas tree smell, and their eyes full of tinsel and fire.
It can't have been a star. I mean, how could it have been moving at that speed? It must have been a meteor or a comet or something. I mean, do you people know nothing about elementary astrology?
No.
Nor me. One group more than any other have chronicled major historical events with their profound and moving songs. The Depression, the fall of the Tsarist monarchy in Russia. It was only fitting that eventually they should turn to the greatest story ever told.
In 74, I had the first idea, and 75 we released the first single, "Baby Do You Wanna Bump," and this song came to the English charts, in America charts, soul charts, and then many people ask, who's Boney M?
Boney M is, of course, Maisie and Marcia on backing vocals, Liz, who sings, and Bobby, who definitely doesn't.
Boney is an Australian Aborigine name.
Boney, 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 Boney M.
Felicidad, Boney M.
Before long, Liz's velvet tones and Bobby's cut-out hair and glittering codpiece were wowing fans across the globe.
If you have so much fans all over the world, they expect a Christmas album. Frank Sinatra, Elvis Presley, everybody. That's a must.
Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day, and man will live forever.
The producer, he asked me just to hum the first part for him. He just wanted to hear how my voice would sit. And when I did it, he said, "Oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps. We're going in the studio tomorrow." And that's how that song was recorded.
And the B-side was just a little bullshit. and I gave them a good rough mix. And they were very happy.
Long time ago in Bethlehem, so the Holy Bible says.
So and 1 week later, they had pre-sales 800,000.
Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day.
Trumpets sound and angels sing.
Harry Belafonte's original was a big hit in '58 and a tough act to follow. It was a brave decision by the Bonies to give it a go.
I'm a fan of Boney M. Not a very Harry Belafonte, sorry, but I respect Harry Belafonte. But Mary Spoil said it's a Boney M song. For me, it's original. Sorry.
Well, he would say that, wouldn't he? Anyway, the song went rushing up the charts and caused such a stir that even the Iron Curtain began to twitch.
The Russian people asked us for 10 shows in Moscow, and Mr. Brezhnev, he said, "That's okay. Thanks, Mr. Brezhnev."
Moscow had never seen anything like it before. A major rock group from the West, the Boney M, on a Soviet stage for the first time. The Boney M are a smash all over Europe, having racked up sales of more than 35 million records in the last 2 years.
We shot the video in the Red Square, and it was way below zero. And the fur coats we were wearing looked really warm, but believe me, they were not. And we were freezing. And every hour they would bring us into this bus, and they had these really lovely Russian ladies, you know, and they would wash our hands in vodka, and then they'd take off our shoes and wash our feet in vodka, and they would beat us up, make us all nice and warm, and send us back out. It was incredible.
Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day.
Life in Boney M has always been a complicated one because of the way Boney M was put together. It was not put together as a singing group. Originally, it was put together as a dancing group.
Which explains why they turned the lights out when it was Bobby's turn to sing.
Of course, everybody knows it was not his voice, it was my voice. I gave him, and I was the fifth member of Boney M. Everybody knew that at this time. And he said sometimes, "Yeah, my legs and your voice, we are great."
At least that solves the mystery of how a man in such tight trousers had such a deep voice.
And that's my only thing I kind of regret, that I did not have the courage or the strength at that time to insist that Frank Farian says clearly who is doing what on the record, because we wouldn't have had any kind of negative opinions later on.
The demands to do something about this outrageous man became louder and louder.
We fired Bobby Farrell in '81. He made a lot of problem, and he came. Then he said, "Yeah, I'm Boney M." I said, "You're not Boney M. You're a member of Boney M." And it's like I saw red in front of my ears. Later, he married this girl. She went to the trademark office and said the name Boney M, it's my name. And then I went to the court and I fixed that.
But Bobby's not bothered and continues to mime all over Europe.
Well, what Bobby does is, if he has a show on tape, the tape would naturally be made up of the CD recording with full playback, with my voice running, and he would have 3 girls standing in the background miming to this material. And he would then maybe create some weird man sound over it. Well, yeah, and say that that is Boney M. And if the tape breaks, which sometimes has happened, he cannot continue the show.
I cannot follow him every day with a lawyer. It's not possible.
There is boy child, Jesus Christ was born.
But with Frank's blessing, Liz continues to perform as the legitimate face of Boney M, spreading goodwill to all men, except Bobby. Happy Christmas.
Of Christmas Day.
Jesus was Mary's boy child, but his dad, of course, in a very real sense, was the big fella himself, God. God is everywhere. Ubiquitous, mysterious, omniscient. So the Child Support Agency could never track him down. Loads more Christmas crackers to come, so look to the future now. It's only just begun. Ooh, welcome back. If you haven't done your Christmas shopping yet, it might be just possible you'll be able to avoid that upsetting divorce. Here are some treats that would grace any home.
By Jove, it's Barry, what have you there? Lots of goodies from you-know-where.
I think he means from Brute.
Yes, Christmas gifts from Brute 33.
Very tastefully wrapped, you must agree.
So give someone close the perfect gift.
Give him Brute 33 on the 25th.
We said Brute 33 on the 25th.
Now, get the automatic buttoneer. Buttoneer attaches thick buttons, thin buttons, even shank buttons, and they'll never fall off. Buy one for bachelors, schoolgirls, a mum, or anyone.
Buttoneer, a perfect Christmas gift, only £2.49.
Y-front twin packs, T-shirts or briefs. Give him a white and bright Christmas.
Pants. Away in a manger, no crib for a bed. Just think, the lack of decent hotels, the teenage mother with a baby of doubtful parentage, the strange land with a foreign tongue. Are they sure Jesus wasn't born in Doncaster?
Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm Jimmy O'Neill, and this is the Johnny Mathis Christmas Special. I think most of us have probably courted and fallen in love to Johnny's music, and since Christmas is the time for love and warmth, it seems a perfect night to present the voice of love and romance, Mr. Johnny Mathis.
I can understand why a lot of people love that record. It's not exactly my favourite, for sure. And, of course, originally it wasn't even a Christmas record.
The people in Great Britain called me and told me that it had become a #1 hit at Christmas time. And I said, wow, Christmas. And then I thought about it. Yes, it does celebrate the Christmas season, well, the Christ child.
A ray of hope flickers in the sky. A tiny star lights up way up high. All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born.
I sing many, many songs that I love dearly, and unfortunately I don't know who wrote them. I should, and I guess I'm not knowing, but I don't know who wrote it.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening.
Child is Born wasn't Johnny's first flirtation with festive fare and chunky knitwear.
Winter Wonderland is something that I've performed every Christmas and maybe 10 times. Fortunately, some of the songs that I've recorded are very good songs, so I don't mind doing them over and over as much as some people would who haven't got a good song to sing in the first place. But it does get a little tiring to sing them all the time. I got labeled very early on to be the guy who sings mushy romantic songs. And I took offense at it because I was young and I was a guy, and I didn't want to be concerned with that. But as I grew older, I lightened up a little bit, and I'm not as touchy about things like that anymore. But most of my success on recordings has been mushy romantic music.
Johnny's fame spread far and wide, and his presence was required at a number of leading venues.
Over the years, I've sung for 5 presidents, and for a lot of the first ladies, many, many times. And Christmas is a big deal at the White House.
All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born.
Time now for the ghost of Christmas past, present and probably future. The patron saint of the centre court, the pontiff of pop. Funny how his biggest Christmas hit should celebrate the joys of strong drink and random sexual encounters.
No.
Hi, I'm Cliff Richard with my ageless beauty and string of Christmas #1.
Yes, it's Sir Cliff, top mic swinger and celebrated celibate celebrity, with over 60 top 10 hits. As much a part of Christmas as Socks from Your Granny or the Queen's Speech.
I've always released records at Christmas. I got a little bit shot down by some journalists.
Got myself a crying, talking, sleeping.
Turn that rubbish off! I can't stand that fella.
That's when the market is open. Yeah, you don't go to markets when they're closed, I'm afraid. So I mean, wake up, a lot of you. I did take a bit of stick for apparently being someone who only dug his records out at Christmas. Well, we all released the records at Christmas. I have to compete with the absolute biggest and best of them, and I've won a couple of times and lost a load of others. Before I recorded Mistletoe and Wine, I had recorded other songs at Christmas. Everyone thinks that I have Christmas #1s all the time. In fact, before Mistletoe and Wine, which was in 1988, my previous Christmas at #1 had been in 1962, and that wasn't a Christmas song. You know, that is not every year, folks. It's not easy getting #1s. It never has been, and it gets harder as the years go by. But Mistletoe and Wine captured a feeling for the nation.
Christmas time, mistletoe and wine.
An amazing off-the-wall hit for me.
Luckily, his love of all things, both tall and small, kept Cliff plugged into the Christmas market, and he rolled back just 2 years later with another festive #1.
Trying to follow a song like Mistletoe and Wine is almost impossible, so I didn't even think about it.
Cliff on a cliff. Tempting.
I remember us being stopped in the streets by little kids shopping with their mums, and they're going, "Christmas time," and going, "Where's the..." And that doesn't happen very often. That didn't happen with Saviour's Day. But for my money, I think I would play Saviour's Day rather than Mistletoe and Wine. Although one doesn't have to choose, really. If you've got them both, play them both. I do. But I'd rather hear Saviour's Day.
He is calling you on the Savior's Day.
Suddenly, we saw this trickle of people from way in the distance. Little pilgrims coming across the hillside. And it slowly built up until we had hundreds of them there.
Here's to the God of the present. Raise your glasses. Here's to the God of the present. Here's to the hope and the future he brings. We will sing to him on the Savior's day.
In a Christmas song, you want to give the feeling that the world is one. And you can't really do that when there's only one of you there. When you are the world, it's not the same.
The proceeds from this offering will be donated to a worthy cause.
To whom much is given, much is expected in return.
Our Father, who art in heaven.
But the pilgrims aren't always grateful.
We were somewhat relieved when Radio 2 said they weren't going to be playlisting it, which is probably a relief for most of the population, except the ones who still retain their loyalty to Cliff.
Millennium Prayer started out as a 100-to-1 outsider, but despite the radio blacklist and record company splits, Cliff's got another monster on his hands.
It sounds absolutely but it isn't.
Sounds great. Saturday night come out. Got a light, John.
Our time is really running out, and we would like to take this opportunity of wishing every single one of you here and at home viewing a really, really fantastic Christmas. And there isn't a better way of doing it than singing for you some well-known Christmas carols.
For me, my Christmas is Christmas Eve. I go to there's a local church that does a very, very nice carol service where we take communion together. Once I've got that done, and I've let God know that I'm thanking him for that huge gift that was Jesus, then I can go and I give my gifts to my family and friends and enjoy the meal the next day, pog out in front of the television set and do exactly what everyone else does.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
But remember, a Cliff hit's not just for Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Cliff. Same to you.
And now, in my humble opinion, the greatest Christmas single ever. Nay, the greatest record ever made. Arguably, the greatest achievement in the history of human endeavour, with the possible exception of the moon landings. To you, it's a Christmas classic. To me, it's a pension plan.
As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot.
I always remember the one thing I always wanted as a kid was a train set.
Hey lads, I can't take you up for these slippers of glass.
Oh dear.
When the rest of his gifts from his uncles and aunts turned out to be rubbish like hankies and pants, poor young Nodster wiped sadness and grief from his face and vowed, I'll make Christmas future a much better place.
It was actually the first song that I'd ever written in 1967. And Jimmy, the bass player who was my co-writer in Slade, he remembered this song that I'd written.
And I got on the phone to Nod. Nod, I've got an idea for a Christmas song. And Nod, in his usual phlegmatic way, said, oh, all right. So, because he always sounds like he needs a drop of Nozo, you know.
It was a sort of psychedelic hippie song, and the original lyric was, so won't you buy me a rocking chair to watch the world go by?
Buy me a looking glass.
To look me in the eye. It was one of those real acid-inspired sort of songs.
Of course, mind-bending drugs just aren't to be messed with, so Nod turned to booze to make it that bit more festive.
I actually sat up all night, had a few whiskies, and so that got me in the festive spirit of coming up with the lyrics. And probably I came up with what I consider probably certainly one of the best lyric lines I ever came up with was, does your granny always tell you that the old songs are the best? Because every family, the granny says, oh, them songs ain't as good as they were in our day. But then as soon as they've had a couple of sherries, the grannies, they're up dancing to the modern records. The funny thing, most people don't realise about our Christmas record is it's actually got nothing Christmassy on it, sound-wise. We just managed to capture the feel of Christmas within the lyrics. It was #1 in France. The Easter following the Christmas of '73, they didn't care what the lyrics were about.
We recorded it in New York in September.
Charles, who produced the record then, he was raving over it, and we thought, well, there is something about it, but because of the atmosphere of being a hot summer's day in New York, it didn't seem to really ring true until it was heard on the radio in December. Then it meant something.
So here it is, Merry Christmas.
But the route up the chart, it got stuck in a blizzard. Released at same time was a new song from Wizard. The Battle of the Black Country had begun.
Christmas is notorious for people falling out.
I threw a custard pie in Noddy's face when he was singing, and
All the grudges seem to come to the surface for somehow. And apparently it's the worst time for divorce as well.
Here are letters from good little boys and girls all over the world.
But for most of the time, Nod had been a good boy, and so Santa's reward was the ultimate joy. No undies, no slippers, no gifts that were shit. Instead, what he got was a #1 hit. And so now the song's a classic, loved by every lad and lass. It's sung in pubs, it's sung in clubs, and even midnight mass.
And now over to the chapel at King's College, Cambridge, for a festival of traditional Christmas music.
So here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun. Look to the future now.
I find it's like the decorations and the mince pies. They come out every year, you see, and along comes that record, you know. And people say, you must be the most popular person at this time of year. I say I can go to anybody's party at Christmas time. You know?
I've actually never got fed up with it. I'm still dead chuffed when I hear it on radio. But it was the bane of our life at the time, because once you've had a record that big, you've got to follow it.
It's great to have something like that in your life, you know, where people have loved it, and I appreciate that.
But not this.
If this is Christmas, they can stick it.
People forget like that we've had 40-odd hit singles, but it's always the one that people will remember us for.
That was brilliant. A beautiful song, beautifully sung. You know, Christmas is a time when people of all creeds and races can celebrate together.
Not all creeds. That would be stupid. The Arab world has no concept of our Christmas festival.
Yeah, but...
Say nothing of Buddhists.
Shut up or you won't get any presents.
I always preferred the sweets anyway.
Ha! The only sweet I ever liked wasn't wearing glitter boots. Here's some more Christmas wrappers.
Don't you give me all that jive about things you wrote before I was alive. But this ain't 1823, ain't even 1970. Now I'm the guy named Curtis Blow, and Christmas is one thing I know. So every year, just about this time, I celebrate it with a rhyme.
Come say 5 or 5 or 2, come say 9 and 1 or 10. Say run, go tell your friend we come from my shit again. Right. 10 one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudy, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
My name's DMC with the mic in my hand, and I'm chilling and cooling just like a snowman. So open your eyes, lend us an ear. We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
Pass around the wafer thin mints and replenish the cream sherry. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to the last few doors of our Advent calendar of song. Are you bored with Cluedo and Brazil nuts? Why not go to bed for a week to protest against capitalism and global conflict? Work for this pair.
Fortunately, I'm in love with you.
Unfortunately, I'm in love with you too.
But in the end, I think we'll agree. One morning, in a hotel room, we were feeling good about each other. So John said, let's make a Christmas song. And it has to be bigger than White Christmas one day. I thought, never. Over breakfast kind of thing. We just wrote the song.
So this is Christmas, and what have you done? Another year over, and you won't just begun.
The message of it, of course, is something that we believed in. So it was all already in our heads, and so like it's easy to just bring it out and put it together kind of thing. I think White Christmas is still bigger, but I think that for our generation, maybe many people relate to us. We were full of love, and we wrote the song, and then we just had a big spat. So then we forgotten about that song and just left it somewhere, you know. And then near Christmas, John said, "Oh, that song, we gotta put it out, you know." So he told our manager, and the manager said, "Well, we'll try, but you know, it's too late, John. It's very late."
What? Would it have to be in the next 3 weeks?
And of course, it bombed. There was no time to do the proper publicity or anything.
So this is Christmas.
Strange things happen in life. Now I think it's a kind of tradition to play that song every Christmas. It's very nice. And I said, "Hey John, are you seeing this happening?" You know, like I think that it was kind of, well, I wouldn't say sad, but it's something that I wish that he would have witnessed it too. Well, we want to keep putting the message out there. I think that it's always good to declare something that is positive. I'm not saying that that's why the war ended. I'm just saying, in general, the fact that we kept putting out positive messages might have helped. We just like to come across with a message of peace and love, you know.
Peace, peace.
I would say, well, war is over. If you want to, you know, let's just get the message out there, and a way of doing it. And then John said, "Oh, let's just put in billboards in 10 cities."
It's in each place it should be billboard and posters. Yeah. So how many, you know, I mean, how many covers are... You know, when somebody's advertising something, how many posters do they use, you know?
He thinks big, you know. I was going to put it out as a poster.
Metal, salt and pepper shakers. Dear Miss Lemon, from information I received while using a Ouija board, I believe that there will be an attempt to assassinate you. The spirit that gave me this information was Brian Epstein.
John started to really want to play up these festivities, holidays, very important for Sean. And so we would get the biggest tree that would just fit in the kitchen kind of thing. And we'll decorate it together with Sean. And it was like a very nice family thing. I just, you know, remember how sweet Sean looked, how enthusiastic John was about it. And when John passed away, I just decided that I'm not going to do that anymore.
John Lennon was brought to the emergency room of the Roosevelt site, St. Luke's Roosevelt Hospital, this evening, shortly before 11 p.m. He was dead on arrival.
He's not dead. They're just saying that.
You know, the doctor just announced it.
Yes, but I don't care. They're just saying that to get people to leave. He's not dead. John Lennon can't be dead.
It's a blur, you know, like the thing that was most upsetting was both Sean and I got Christmas presents from John. They were sort of like a surprise, and he wanted to keep it for Christmas, and they were already bought, you know, and that was heavy.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
John said, love is all you need, and I really think that he's right. And I don't think we should make an effort to love somebody. I think it has to come naturally. So just love whoever you can love.
Imagine all the people.
But I think even once a year for us to say Happy Christmas to each other, and say something nice to each other. It's beautiful. This particular day, we just say Happy Christmas and I love you. That's the thing that's sort of like holding up the world in a way.
I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one.
Surprise! Before we tear the wrapping off the number one of our Christmas top 10, let's run down those seasonal hits again.
At 10, Christmas Magic from Wizard. Having a Ball at 9, Aled Jones. And at 7, Greg Lake getting sand in his Christmas shoes and stockings. Bendy Bobby and his bony mates had 6 appeal. And at 5, ha 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 ha. And it's Cliff's Immaculate Christmas Concepts at 4. Mirror, mirror on the hat, who's at 3? It's Slade, you prat. And getting pieced up at Christmas, John and Yoko at 2.
Not even Scrooge himself could remain unmoved by that lot. But more than Sir Cliff, more than David Jason, more than Saint Nick himself, one man symbolises the spirit of Christmas, and it ain't me.
The classic, very much like Nat King Cole's recording of the Christmas song.
It's one of those things where you think, if you make a Christmas album or record anything Christmassy, you've got to do that.
We all loved it. A beautiful song.
Yes, I like the sentiments of it a lot, yeah.
Is for me the definitive Christmas record. I mean, I play that record at Christmas. In fact, it's the only record I play at Christmas.
It's kind of all that, it's cold outside, you know, the snow is coming down, and, you know, it just creates so many pictures.
You've heard it, you know, every year since you were born, and probably will continue to hear it every year until you die.
There was only one voice that was right for the winter months, that lovely, warm, rich, you know, it was like warm brandy on a cold night. And his voice was rich and deep and crisp and even.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.
I loved White Christmas. He sang it every year, and all the resonances of memories came in with each time he sang it. I think it's always been a part of my life, of everyone's life. I think everyone has grown up with White Christmas.
May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
Now the song is identified with me and it's used every Christmas. That's the song that really had the most influence on anything I ever accomplished. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
It's not really the most difficult song. In fact, I think almost anybody could sing it. Bing said that a jackdaw with a cleft palate could have sung it successfully.
Well, perhaps not.
With every Christmas card I write, and may all your days be merry and bright.
Definitely not.
And may all your Christmases be white.
Yes, all right, we got the message.
Because I'm from Texas, it never snowed. Once it snowed and it didn't melt for 5 or 6 minutes. But I think everyone has their own idea of what makes a white Christmas. And for the word white, substitute anything that means precious to you.
Bing had already had 1 wife and 4 children before he married Catherine in 1957. The union saw a number of different hair colours for her and 3 more children for him.
I had an Aunt Frances back in Texas who thought it was just not proper for me to marry a Catholic and an actor, all of those things. And then he met her, and he said, "I'll bet your chocolate cake is wonderful." Well, she was in a little puddle at his feet after that. You know, Bing was perfect. The tree at Bing's house was very big. We had it in the stairwell. And it went up. I could lean over the banister, and Alan Fisher, our butler, would hold my legs.
Now, Mrs.
And I would attach the star to the top of the tree.
Oh, there's no place like home for the holiday.
Christmas at Bing's place meant relentless merrymaking, with even the simplest of domestic chores turning into a melodic extravaganza.
Christmas for the Crosbys was very strange.
Christmas is coming, the geese are getting fat. Christmas is coming, the geese are getting fat.
"I'll get my coat," said Bing.
We had a normal Christmas here on the 25th of December, but our Christmas was the Christmas show.
Giddy up, giddy up.
We always had so much fun to ride in sleighs with the bells ringing and the horses.
It'll be the perfect ending of a perfect day. We'll be singing the songs we love to sing without a single stop at the fireplace while we watch the chestnuts pop.
What is remembered by an awful lot of people who loved Bing was that our children grew up during those shows.
Silver bells,
Ring-a-ling,
silver bells,
hear them sing.
It's Christmas time in the city.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling,
Ring-a-ling,
silver bells,
hear them sing.
silver bells.
Tomorrow will be Christmas Day.
Bing treated them like professionals, and the children adored it.
For we need a little Christmas.
They loved it so much that they grew up to embrace the rock and roll lifestyle. The boys went into golf and management consultancy, while sweet little rosy-cheeked Mary Frances turned into Dallas super bitch Kristin and shot JR.
The last several Christmas shows were done in England, and to be there and to shoot there, it was fun for me to see David Bowie because he was so proper.
Sir Percival lets me use his piano when he's not around. He's not around, is he?
I can honestly say I haven't seen him, but come on in. Come in.
He was so respectful around Bing.
Oh, you're not the poor relation from America, right?
Ha! Gee, news sure travels fast, doesn't it? I'm Bing.
Oh, I'm pleased to meet you. You're the one that sings, right?
And then they sang Little Drummer Boy.
And they told me,
He's so it's been. See the day of glory. See the day.
Living peace away.
I've heard it said that that was David Bowie's biggest selling single.
Can it be?
There were numerous Christmas hits that Bing had over the years, which are now standards, and I think it's become over the years that there's been no artist who is more Christmas than Crosby.
And may all your Christmases be
Well, the shepherds are organising a boycott of French lamb. The three kings have gone to Balmoral for the holidays. Mary and Joseph are on Jerry Springer. And baby Jesus has gone to see if he can exchange that Myrrh for a Cause album. All that's left for me to do is wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll leave you with the most important Christmas record of the lot. And it's not even about Christmas. Ta-ra!
It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid. At Christmas time, we let in light and we banish shade.